Welcome to Beans and Breakdowns, a podcast dedicated to bridging the gap between specialty coffee and the heavy music community. On this episode, I'm joined by Gideon Reyes, vocalist of the band Fear of Loss. So grab a fresh cup of coffee and wake the fuck up! What's going on, Caffeinated crew? On this episode, I'm joined by Gideon from Fear of Loss. What's going on?
Chilling, man. How about you?
Same.
Hell yeah.
Surprisingly hot today for late September. So
what's the heat like up there?
I mean, for you, it's like winter time.
That's why I'm curious. Yeah, like what are you talking about hot?
The high today was 72.
Oh, that sounds awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was great.
That sounds incredible, man.
You just roll out in a windbreaker and then halfway through the day, take it off and then put it back on later. It was great.
Oh,
sunny.
That's awesome.
It was rainy and then sunny. That's always the best day.
It actually rained a little bit today, but it was like 90 degrees outside or something. I don't even know.
That's fucked up. It's September.
And that's a not bad day for us. Bad days for us are like in the hundreds, 110s.
I mean, I was there. I remember.
Yeah, you mentioned.
I mean, yeah, I remember living no AC in the car for like 3 summers in a row. Heat index is 110.
Not fun, man.
No.
Not fun.
No. For the Canadians listening, it's like 45 degrees heat index, in case y'all don't know what 110 is. So it's all the... I have to adjust for my metric people.
I see. Forget about that.
It's like they speak a whole different language. It's crazy. You have some coffee. I see you drinking out of a mug, so that must mean you got coffee.
I am drinking some coffee right now. This is Santa Barbara from Estate Coffee here down in San Antonio. From Honduras. Good stuff. It's just like my regular beans I buy every weekend. They roast them here in town, so it's cool. It's probably one of my favorite shops here.
Estate?
Yeah.
That's cool. I haven't done coffee in San Antonio. Every time I'd go, it was like Riverwalk margaritas or Six Flags.
That's funny.
But
that's funny that people do that when they come here. They're like, let's go to Six Flags.
Well, I mean, I like coasters, but I had never been to Fiesta, Texas. Sure. It's a very specific Six Flags, that park.
Yeah, it's a little niche, I guess.
It's like one of the better ones. So
I guess we take that for granted here.
Yeah. But like
David, my bassist, he loves Six Flags, so he's always trying to get us to go, and I'm always like, not today or whatever.
I wish my friends would go to Six Flags with me. Our Six Flags park in Montreal, I am not afraid to say this, it's the worst park in the franchise. Truly.
Damn.
Truly.
Tough, man. Bad luck, dude.
We don't even have the branding. They won't let us. We only have Six Flags, but they won't let us put like Batman or like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, no Looney Tunes for you, man.
Vampire. Like, what is that? What is that? It's Batman, dude.
I went to a theme park in Colorado, and it was like basically a Six Flags, but no branding. I don't even know what they called the rattlesnake. It was like, like the Rattler. I don't know if you have that in other places, but yeah. The Rattler, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it was extremely like dangerous. It was the old Rattler. It was like made out of wood still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just funny. I had never been on the original Rattler here because I was really young, but when I went there to Colorado, they had that version of it. And I was like, I can see why they got rid of this. Like, this is not okay. Like, my neck hurts.
Yo, Iron Rattler, sick.
It's actually awesome. Yeah. That like kind of like negative incline. Like, that's crazy.
When it goes like over the cliff there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Man, people, if only you had hyperfixations like I do, you would know what I'm talking about. Watching
I'm actually surprised.
Just be watching coaster videos all the time.
Oh yeah. That's actually awesome.
What were you saying?
I was just surprised you came to San Antonio. You didn't have any coffee, man, because we got hella coffee here.
It was like family. So like my in-laws, they don't drink like coffee. They'll do like get coffee at the donut shop, or they'll do like Keurig or mocha pot at the house with Cafe Bustelo. I ain't doing that.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Last time I was
Absolutely
in
not.
Houston, I did get a chance to go around though, and it was sick. Like blend in.
Yeah. Okay, I've never had that. The one I go when I go to Houston is Zayla.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out
didn't.
Zayla.
That's the only one I didn't get to go to.
That one's sick. Like they're awesome, and they're kind of tapped in like a little bit with like hardcore shows and stuff. Most of the shops here are actually pretty tapped in with hardcore. To be honest with you, they're pretty cool.
I'm in a Discord with a bunch of hardcore people, and it's like hardcore people that are into coffee and like working coffee and stuff. And the community is way bigger than you would expect. It's huge.
That's cool. No, actually, I'm kind of like surprised when hardcore people aren't into coffee.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
feel
weird.
like I do know a good amount of people that are in hardcore that are just like really into like good coffee and stuff. Probably more than me, I would say.
Was like what other job allows you to take off like 3 weeks of work to go
Yeah.
play shows and then come back and be like, hey, and they don't care? So,
Yeah. If touring ramped up for us, I would definitely look into that, like coffee stuff. And then I would like become a real coffee head. It's funny, like you had that little like form or whatever where you like say how much of a coffee head you are.
Mhm.
And I wanted to put 5, but I'm like, I don't roast my beans or anything like that. And I feel like I can't say like the max level because I don't do stuff like that.
bro,
I don't know how to do like latte art, you know? Like,
okay. You don't have to. You're not a barista, but
hey, I feel like that's 5 though. That's number 5.
I'll be honest. I worked in a coffee shop like before I started a new job in September or in August. But before that, I was a coffee roaster. So I was working at a coffee
Okay.
roaster, and I would work behind the bar sometimes and stuff like that. My latte art is not great. It's not very good. It's hard. It's hard to do that.
It seems like trivial yet hard at the same time.
Yeah.
Something about maybe just a steady hand or just like, I don't know.
It's mostly about how you texture the milk.
Okay.
So it's like your quality of espresso and then how you have your milk textured. Those are like the 2 biggest things. The rest of it is just technique on how you pour
Yeah.
and when to pour, basically. But also patience, and I don't have that.
But yeah,
So
there's some guys here that do crazy stuff on a latte, and you're like, damn, that's awesome.
you gotta come to Montreal. Montreal is a coffee city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. We've been wanting to, get out of the country and play some shows, but I'm waiting on the guys. They don't have their passports. I tell them all the time. I'm like, dude, start the process. It takes forever. Like, I'm the only guy that has one, so.
What is that about? I have so many friends in the States still that don't have passports.
I think it's just like it's a little expensive, I guess, especially if you need it like quickly. But I mean, if you don't get it expedited, it's not too bad. So it's just like, just get it, man. Like that way we can go play shows out of state, Even Mexico, I mean, it's like right there, It's
Right
like
there.
right across the border. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah, you could do like Monterrey.
But yeah, man.
You could do like
Mexico City would be crazy.
Mexico
'Cause, like,
City's
they
got a
got
dope
some
scene.
stuff going on there. Yeah, they
Yeah.
got some stuff going on there.
Uno a Uno's been playing shows and like booking shows there forever. And then they have that, what is that, Outer Limits Fest? I think is like they
I
have a
did see
big
that.
hardcore fest. Yeah. The vocalist is from Mexico City. So he's always like, we gotta go tour Mexico. We gotta go tour Mexico. I'm like, dude, the flights alone
Yeah.
for us to fly there is like at least $500 a person. I was like, and we're not gonna make any money there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, I feel that.
It's like, why don't we wait and get like a
Yeah,
repertoire or
yeah.
something going on? But
Yeah.
for
You
y'all,
might as well
to
just
wait.
drive down, really. It's just like you gotta just drive and hit cities all the way down. Try to make some kind of money before you get there, you know what I mean? And on the way back.
Well, then you gotta take time off.
Dude, yeah, that's the tough one. We're like booking stuff for next year, and our bassist I've mentioned before, his name's David, and he's just like bugging us. He's like, yo, what about this? We got an offer for this. What about this? My drummer, he's like, he works for the post office. So he
Oh.
got a little bit of so like he has some leniency, but not like a lot. So it's like, he's like, just give me a minute, man. I'm like, I'm that way too, though. Like,
Yeah.
luckily I'm a software engineer, so I can kind of do like remote work stuff if I really, really like make it a big deal. Cause like they don't want us doing that, but I can be like, hey, my boss kind of likes punk and stuff. So I just kind of like, yeah, my punk band, cause we're so punk. I was like, we need to go on tour, man. Yeah. We have like a couple songs that have like punk riffs in them.
My like office caught on that I actually there was like somebody in my office that had worked with my wife at a previous place because my wife and I work in the same industry right now. And so he was working at another studio and like he was like, "Oh, hey, how's the band going?" in front of like a bunch of people. And then I was like, "Fuck, dude, now I give you 6 days to tour. What's wrong with you?" And then so then everybody's like, "What's your band? What's your band?" Now you are gonna know everything. This sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, now
That's funny.
it
My last job, I didn't tell anybody because I just didn't want to and stuff. But we're getting to the point where we're like trying to do a lot of stuff and like go on tours a lot. So I was like, honestly, I'm just gonna tell everyone there, and that way it's just like I don't have to hide it. You know what I mean? I can just be like, hey, I'm going on tour again. Please don't fire me.
It's like recently, like today, I found out that we might not get a holiday that's coming up. We might not get it off.
Damn.
Like we'll have to work through it. And I was like, well, I already have like a out of town obligation plan, and I'm not even going to be in the country on that holiday. So
yeah.
I am drinking a geisha.
Okay.
From Cantook that I've had in my freezer for a year.
Nice.
But this is a black honey processed geisha. It's got a lot of cool. like kind of like a fermenty like wine flavor to it.
Interesting.
A little bit of strawberry, a little bit of
okay, hell yeah,
like honey taste. So it's pretty good.
I love berry coffee, even though recently I've been kind of like getting off of it a little bit because like some places will serve it like it's like the coffee just like really fruity.
Yeah.
And then when you get a cortado, it kind of just like almost tastes like cake-like or like a really sweet baked good, and that's not really like the vibe I really wanted out of the cortado. It's like
I love that. That's speaking my language.
Yeah, you like the super cakey or.
I'm usually like more into the more like fruity, fermenty tasting coffee.
Yeah.
But it's only because like when I was roasting, you're always tasting like pretty like traditional coffees. So whenever you're looking for a new micro lot, you want to like really find something that is kind of mind blowing. It's a blessing and a curse because it's not to say that like just a regular like Honduran or Guatemalan washed coffee isn't good, because it is. So that's just you get so like inundated with all these like fruity and insane processes that are kind of weird that you get saturated. And then at one point I was like, can I just have like a normal fucking espresso?
Yeah. No, for sure.
But is the cortado your drink?
I would say like if I'm gonna like determine if I like a coffee shop, to give it like my best like I guess review of it, like yeah, I'm gonna get a cortado. Sometimes I'll just do like honestly just a double, nothing in it. That's how I really want to do it. But normally it's just a cortado with oat milk nowadays. But normally it's 2 bevs, so like I'll start with the cortado and then I'll do a latte after. There's a place here called Bright. Shout out Bright. They're like, that's probably my favorite shop in the city. And they have this banana milk latte, and I get it with ice and like oat milk, and oh dude, so good. It's like subtly sweet, but like the banana's not too overpowering, and neither is the sugar, so it's like literally just perfect with the ice. And it like melts a little bit, just delicious.
That's what was I looking at? Oh, I have to order like some donuts for my office or my LA office in a couple of weeks, and I was looking at places. They had a banana bread latte on the menu.
Ah, incredible.
Dude. I don't know what that tastes like, but I want
it's good. Yeah, the banana stuff I've really been intrigued by recently. I kind of want to try like, I don't know, some other kind of latte. I had a lavender honey latte the other day, and they're okay. I guess I just thought I was going to like the lavender more, but there's only certain floral stuff that I like, and I don't think lavender is one of them.
I have a drink before you make up your mind on that.
Okay.
Get a lavender mocha instead.
Okay.
And if the coffee shop uses like dark chocolate for their mocha, it's going to be even better.
It probably makes sense, yeah, instead of just like pair it up with like a bright type of coffee and more like a dark one. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll check that out.
Like I find the chocolate mixed with like the kind of flowery lavender taste. It like the honey is such like a light sweetness that I feel like mixed with lavender, it's going to be a little too like what you're saying, like a little too like sweet, fruity. but with
Yeah.
like, the chocolatey kind of earthy notes in it, it balances out a bit more, in my opinion.
Okay. No, that's cool. I think that makes sense.
But pumpkin spice season just started.
Yeah. I gotta check some stuff out. I got some seasonal menus to check out. They
That's
just
all I'm
dropped
saying.
that. Yeah. They Bright like dropped like a seasonal menu, and it's like kind of themed low key around. I don't know if it's just Wes Anderson movies or specifically. Have you seen that movie called Moonrise Kingdom?
Oh yeah.
By what? Yeah. It's like, I think it's like Moonrise Kingdom themed. And so like they have drinks called like the Khaki Scout and like just like different little like drinks or whatever. I need to go try them. I need to go crazy on it.
Yeah, I love to see that. There's like only one cafe kind of around me that does seasonal, but they only do seasonal lattes.
Oh, okay.
So they only really have like one, and sometimes it's not even like a coffee latte. It's like a beetroot something latte or
What?
Yeah, that's not my thing.
That's crazy.
That's not my thing. The craziest I'll go with a latte is like hojicho, which is the toasted sesame.
Okay.
It's like blue. I don't know if you've seen that.
That's cool. No, I've never seen that. That sounds awesome.
Kind of like matcha. It's like a Japanese style like tea, but
everyone's obsessed with matcha nowadays.
Everyone. And what? Listen, I'm gonna sidebar right quick. All right, I have a fucking soapbox to get on about.
Cool. Let me hear it.
Fucking matcha. If you're going to drink coffee at a coffee roaster, you go to a place that says blickety blah coffee roasters, and they're roasting their own coffees, and you write a review judging them on their matcha. I feel like you might be a low IQ person.
Yeah, you're definitely out of touch. Like, why are you reviewing someone's matcha at like a real coffee spot?
Because guess what? Coffee shops don't make their own matcha. Nobody makes their own matcha. It's made at like a tea place. I've never seen a coffee shop that makes their own matcha. And if you work at a coffee shop that makes your own matcha, God be with you.
God be with you.
But like, coffee roasters.
I don't really know how it is around here. I don't really know. Maybe I'll ask. I'll ask around.
Do you make your matcha in house? Ask that one. Try that one.
Insane. Yeah. They say no, and I'm like, never mind then.
I'll go somewhere else.
As if I was gonna get it anyway.
Give me a cortado.
Yeah. It's funny, like some like baristas recognize me and they'll just like assume I want a cortado, but sometimes it's my second stop. So like on the weekend, both days, Saturday, Sunday, that's when I'm off. But both days I hit 2 shops each day if I can, if I'm available, if we're not playing like chilled out of town or whatever. But I'll hit 2 spots and I back to back, and I'll start with a cortado somewhere and then I'll get a latte at the second spot. So sometimes I come in and like they think I'm gonna get the cortado, and I'm like, no. I need that latte right now. I'm on my chiller, sip on that type drink right now.
That's crazy. Cortado is that is my milk drink. Is it cortado? Word. But judging a shop, filter coffee. What you got on batch? What you got on drip? If you can't, because if you can't make drip coffee what can you do?
I guess that's right. What do you make at home? Like when you like brew at home?
Filter coffee. So I do V60, like pour over.
Oh, okay.
Or I'm out of filters, so I make AeroPress, but I use
let's go AeroPress gang.
But some hacks. So AeroPress using Tim Wendelboe recipe. So it's the roaster from Oslo, like one of the best roasters in the world. You can find his recipe online. It's very easy. So I use his recipe, like 14 grams of coffee, 200 grams of water, 3 stirs at the front, 3 stirs at the back of the time, and then flip it, punch it, 2 filters.
Interesting. I don't know. Like I'm this level of coffee head that like wants good coffee, but just like won't do everything. Like I'm like, okay, I got the AeroPress, but I'm not going to get the scale. And so like, I just have this, like, I have this teaspoon I use, and it's just like, I just know exactly how big of a heapful on a spoon to like make a good cup of coffee. So like some days obviously is a little different than others because like not every scoop is the same.
And you're not getting pre-ground. You're not getting your coffee pre-ground, are you?
No, I grind it on.
Okay.
I at least have that. I
was going to say.
Yeah. I would never do such a thing. Yeah. I would never do such a thing. But the scale thing, to me, is just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being silly. It's just like, do I really need the scale, you know? But
you do.
maybe I'll get one.
You do need the scale.
So I just eat it with a spoon. And some days I'm like, damn, this coffee is so good. And then some days I'm like, it's whatever, I guess.
Yeah,
But then some days it really hits. I'm like, fuck. Good job today, Gideon. Just eyeing the spoon
my muscle
correctly.
memory is kicking in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. And I make it at work too now. Like I have like one of those like portable whatchamacallit, kettles, whatever, like they look like this big.
Oh yeah, I need one of those.
Yeah, and I said it, yeah. What do you, it's just so nerdy, but like what's the temp that you brew your coffee at in an AeroPress?
I do 95 for everything.
Wait, straight up 95?
Sorry, 95.
Or like 195? Oh, okay, I have no idea what that is. I'm just a Fahrenheit dude, I'm sorry.
Shit. What was your intro to heavy music?
Man, I'd say, so like I grew up like kind of religious, right? So like a lot of the first heavy stuff I heard was like Devil Wears Prada and like August Burns Red when I was like 14. So that was kind of like my entry into heavy music, right? And I like envy a lot of like the younger kids nowadays that like are immediately put on to like, and it's no slight to Prada or like August Burns Red. Like they're actually very heavy bands that have some of the scariest shows, like for real. Granted, they're all push fitting, but still scary. And anyways, I envy a lot of the younger guys nowadays that just like are immediately put on to like hardcore and like good stuff, all the good stuff. So I didn't have that path. I kind of started in like, I think I heard you, because I listen to the podcast every now and then. And I think I heard you say something about like, like the term Christcore. And I think that's so funny.
I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. So like, yeah, I started there, but then I think the first time I ever saw like a real hardcore band was I went to see The Story So Far in like 2014 or 13 or something. And the lineup was them, 6 Year Guns, and Rotting Out was on the bill. And that was the first time I had ever seen like people doing crazy front flips off the stage and like crazy mosh style. And that was the first time I ever saw that. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. So like I was listening to that after that show. And then shortly after I was like cause like I was into pop punk or whatever when I was younger. Am I still kind of into it? Yeah. Assuming. I was at a Neck Deep show and Cruel Hand played. Dude, Cruel Hand. That's like one of like my earliest like hardcore bands that I just like really fucked with. Like when I was going to community college, like for that show, I just remember like listening to like all their fucking music and like just trying to find the songs that they played live because I thought they were so dope. And like, yeah, there's this video I have of like me at one of their shows doing like a flip off the stage. First time I've ever like been at like a spot like that, doing shit like that. So that's kind of like the intro to it. But then as time went on, because I used to listen to a lot of like, for lack of a better word, shitty metalcore, right? So like stuff like that, like Amity Affliction. You know what I mean? Like Amity Affliction, like prog metal stuff, like fucking Volumes, like
there you go.
I think they got canceled or something. Anyways,
did they really?
I thought they did, but anyways, yeah. So I was listening to stuff like that, and then like I think I fell upon like Knock Loose when they first dropped The Gospel. They had this music video that dropped on YouTube, and I remember because like that's the only way I would find music is like on YouTube. I would just like go down rabbit holes and click on related stuff or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's kind of scary. I was like, not that that's regular hardcore or anything, you know what I mean? But I was like, oh, okay. So then after that, I just started like digging more and more, and as I went into college, like 2016, 2017 is when like I actually got into hardcore, and that's like. First bands that like influenced me or like really had a hold on me was like Suburban Scum, Incendiary, Naysayer, Downpresser, early Turnstile, like Step to Rhythm, like Pressure to Succeed stuff. Trying to think of who else at that time. Harm's Way, like Force Order. So shit like that is like that's when I actually started getting into hardcore and stuff. And yeah, I've been all over the place since then, really.
Man, that mid 2010s era of hardcore,
it's my favorite.
It's so like I feel like a lot of people now, like kids now, are learning about like like really like early 2000s metalcore and like deathcore stuff. Or they're into like the more posy numbers style, like posy-core shit. But once they get to the 2010s, man,
Dude. Come on, man.
When TUI brought Beatdown back and Bitter End, it was TUI and Bitter End they got us out of the posy-core era. And they just fucking ripped it. And then we had like Down Pressure, Down to Nothing, Nace, like what you're saying, like all the violent, like Suburban Scum, I fucking love. But I was talking to somebody recently where I was like, Foundation was one of the first bands I saw where I was like, oh, that's shit. Awesome. And they were like, Foundation was boring, Foundation this, Foundation that. I was like,
dude, what? How can you say Foundation's boring? It's sitting in Foundation before I even knew what straight edge was. Like, I had no idea what that was.
Were you into face down bands?
I can't say I'm familiar. What do you mean?
So in that Christcore era that we were talking about, how old are you?
Okay. I am 29.
Okay. So in that Christcore, so there was like the Tooth and Nail bands.
Okay.
Which was
that
like
sounds very familiar.
Devil Wears Prada, Under Oath, August Burns Red, Emery, like all of like the, what I'll say is like the dinner table names.
Yeah.
And then there was Face Down. Face Down was like the heavy fucking, like, they were Christian, but they were scary.
Okay.
And they probably had face tattoos. But it was a label based out of like LA, like I think Orange County or something like that. But it was bands like Gideon was on Face Down, and
Lord, yeah.
and like
one time I bought a Gideon shirt just because it was my name.
That's fucking hilarious.
That was literally it. I did not like that band.
Those first 3 records were sick.
Yeah, I saw them live. I saw them live when they came to San Antonio.
I liked that, and then there was a band called Seventh Star that was on Face Down, and they sound like Zabalba before Zabalba was a band.
Zabalba, man,
love Zabalba.
Yeah, dude, so good.
Trying to think of, is it No Innocent Victim? Was No Innocent they're not a Christian band. There was a band that was Most Precious, no, not Most Precious Blood. One of those bands that was called, it was like that, one of those names. And it was like very scary, like really terrifying music. Anyway, Face Down was sick. You should check out some of the old Face Down bands, because it was like towards like, I think now they're still a label, but it's, you know the band Meadows from Birmingham?
And I can't say I'm familiar.
They're kind of like a melodic hardcore band, but stuff like that now. And like the vocalist of Sleeping Giant, his new band is on it, and they're kind of weird. They're not my thing, really, even though I love Sleeping Giant. But yeah, it was that. So once I found Face Down, I was like, well, there's actually like scarier Christian music. And then from there, I was like, I don't really like Christian music at all. I just like hardcore.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real.
So then, but did you grow up what was your church background?
So like my mom was all over the place, but I think the most relevant to me was like, we went to this like Baptist like church school type thing. And because I also went to school at like a private school until I was like in high school, and then I went to public school. But yeah, so it was just super strict type stuff, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. You grow up with like Christcore bands, and then you're like, oh yeah, I really just did like heavy music. So you're just like,
it wasn't the Christian
better. Yeah, you're like, I like the better stuff now.
It's funny to hear like, so some of the bands did like set the tone of like, I think Under Oath in their time really did a lot for like metalcore and stuff.
Word, yeah.
It's really funny because you listen to bands like Figure 4 and Comeback Kid. But Figure 4 was like the vocalist and the guitarist of Comeback Kid had another band called Figure 4, which was, in my opinion, a much better band. But then Comeback Kid started with Scott on vocals, and they did what's that first record called? I can never remember, because I just like Wake the Dead. Wake the Dead's like my fucking, like, that's probably the first hardcore song I ever heard was Wake the Dead in like 2006. And then like I got into As I Lay Dying and I went a very different direction.
Nice.
But before they got came before before we knew Tim was an asshole. Yeah, like there was just it's so interesting how I think like being in a youth group or like a students group at a church, like there's always like that one weird kid that like knows all the underground music, and then it's like you're like, do I like this? And then it's now you're here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like I felt like I had a couple people I knew that were a little older than me at the time, and they were into like Of Mice and Men and all that shit. I think that was like my first ever real like concert I went to, because like my mom was already pretty strict, I guess, for me like going out to concerts and stuff like that, and I also didn't like know that shows are even happening like in my city and stuff like that. I was just really stupid, I guess, when I was young. I was just on YouTube all the time. That's all I knew about music. I knew nothing about like it being like in my city in person, But I think the first ever show I went to was like Of Mice and Men and like A Day to Remember and like fucking Issues was on there. Like I want to say like Chunk No Captain Chunk was on there, bro.
Oh man,
crazy shit, man. like what
something around like 2000, 2009, 2010.
That was like low key 2013, I think.
Wow.
13 or 14. Yeah. So that was the first ever one I went to, and I was like, oh, live music is cool or whatever. And then it just went from there. So now, you just go into like beat down venues and just getting beat up in the corner versus like those big, like, versus like those really big, like metalcore push pit type shows. It's like, it's a crazy switch up.
Yeah. After the pandemic, so the Worst Product came through. I went because Dying Wish was opening, and I wanted to see Dying Wish.
Where?
Because I fucks with that band.
First show back, instantly got COVID. I avoided it like the entire time, and then as soon as the first show was back, got it.
Dude, there was
first
a show
back
here.
Was Turnstile, I think. I think Turnstile pulled up to Austin, first show back, and that was like that. They were like the first show, like people doing anything right after the pandemic, and everyone was still really scared. And Turnstile was just like, fuck it. And so
I remember that tour.
Yeah. And that was crazy.
It was the Glow On tour, right?
Yeah. Well,
the first one.
Yeah.
Because the first one back, they were still playing like small rooms. Now they're industry plants.
Dude.
No, I'm just kidding.
They're not industry plants. Yeah, they're not. But
no.
Damn, man. Like they're so huge now. It's like, fuck.
Much respect.
Can't even, as a small hardcore show enjoyer, you're like, those days are over.
Yeah,
like, fuck. Yeah, you're like, fuck, man.
The last time I saw Turnstile was at Outbreak 2023 or 2022, and
Outbreak sounds awesome.
It was probably the last show they'll ever play, aside from that Baltimore one that they did outside in the park where you could stage dive.
True.
Because it was
they played Tied Down, right? Didn't they do a Tied Down?
They did play Tied Down. So they'll do every now and then, but this one was
they definitely keep it pretty scarce, it seems like.
Yeah, it's like barricade arena shows.
Yeah, which is such a bummer.
But I mean,
you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I mean,
living that dream, man.
Exactly. They get to like be on the road all the time and not have like a regular job and like free you from those shackles. You know what I mean?
Dude, you get to just be a swaggy ass, steezed out dude like Franz.
Yeah, you just make music all the time and jam out with your friends and
have
a good time. That's funny. I don't know if I'd make it in GQ, but
you could
definitely down to just be on the road with my boys all the fucking time, man.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So
I mean, I gotta come home and see my wife.
Yeah. Every now and then.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
You know my boys? Do you know Reality Denied?
Dude, yeah, we got to play with them a couple times, I believe, when they came down to Texas, and that was awesome. They were so sick.
I love those guys.
Yeah, they're such a vibe too. Like, not only is their shit like awesome, but they're also just super cool dudes.
They remind me of my family back home, but like Canadian.
Okay,
because they're like kind of redneck.
Yeah, I don't know if I get the redneck vibe, but they definitely have like a southern vibe to them, like
they're like that's like what Canadian rednecks look like.
That's awesome.
So
that's sick.
History lesson. No, I'm just kidding. It's But yeah, Connor's been on the podcast before, and we've played, like, my band's played at shows with them. And I think they might be the biggest band from Canada right now, minus a couple here and there.
Yeah.
But, like, in the heavier realm, they are huge. And you, like, just hanging out with them, you would never know that they're as big as they are.
Yeah, because they're super chill. Yeah, they're super chill dudes.
So, and they're from, like, the smallest town. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like Niagara. They're from St. Catharines.
Okay, what the hell? I've never heard of that.
It's nowhere. It's literally nowhere.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. You don't know about Milspec?
I've heard of them. I don't think I've ever actually, like, listened.
They're like, it's like from the same, they're like from that same area. I don't know why, but like all of the great Canadian bands, there's just been a ton of really good bands from Canada from that one area. Something in the water, I guess.
Yeah, hey, something in the water. I feel like there's something in the water in Texas, man. There's crazy ass bands here.
Well,
We
it's
got
like
crazy bands all the time. Low key, yeah, dude. It takes forever to get in and out of Texas. You're like, damn. Like,
when you're there, you're there.
Finally,
you know?
Yeah. Once you finally get out of Texas, you're like, thank God, dude. Like, the drive just feels like, oh, at least I'm like seeing new states more often. But in Texas, dude, like, damn, it's like 10 hours to get out of here, kind of, you know? It's like, shit.
Yeah. To go to New Mexico from San Antonio, what's 10 hours?
Yeah. We went to, we just played in El Paso on Saturday, and that's like 8 hours. And then, yeah, literally like it was like 45 minutes to New Mexico. And so we went to Las Cruces while we were there.
How was that?
It was cool. I mean, we were just chill. I mean, we went to go utilize their dispensaries.
Oh, that's right.
Texas doesn't have such a thing.
Yeah, it's not legal. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So we took a little vacation because we got to El Paso at like 7 a.m, and we had all day to do whatever. And so we were like, let's just make a quick little drive up there and come back. So yeah, it was cool.
I've only been.
We don't go to El Paso much because it's like 8 hours. So
damn.
Yeah. Albuquerque's sick. We played there before.
Was it? I've heard that shows there are good.
Yeah. At Ren's. Normally it's at Ren's Den, and it's this tiny little room, dude. It gets violent in there.
Oh yeah, that's where the Haywire show was.
Yeah. Okay, that's crazy that Haywire's in there, but Terror was in there too. Yeah, I was like, I think Pain of Truth played there. I'm like, how?
They're just doing crazy shit over there. That's right.
Yeah. That's sick though, because it's like, this is the spot. Just pull up, you know.
Like, it's the only promoter, only venue in Albuquerque, which is like 10 hours from anything.
Yeah.
So
they go off too, because like anytime something comes through, they're like, all right, let's do it.
Y'all, like, so Texas is crazy. I think you're the first person from San Antonio I've talked to on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I've had tons of people from Houston and Dallas.
Nice.
We won't talk about Dallas. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
That's like, why is that, bro?
No, but because the Houston thing anyway. It's the rivalry, right? The Houston,
I see.
And then San Antonio's like, we're just over here doing our own thing. But it seems like nobody likes Austin. What's that about?
I guess it just depends on, you know, the people in the area. Because, dude, there's so many new people that keep coming into Austin, you know, from like California? Other states and California or whatever.
We don't like those people.
It's like, California people are cool. But I just think in general, like when you play shows in Austin, it's like near the Strip or just like where people are being tourists, you know? And so a lot of tourists just kind of get sucked into shows, and it's like, you took a wrong turn, man. Maybe you need to get out.
Why are you so drunk at this show? This is too much. Like,
yeah. We've, you know, gotten into a few altercations, but they're never with people that are actually like in hardcore, because like the people in hardcore there are cool. Like, you got there's a good, like, solid dozen dudes for sure in Austin that are like our homies that like roll out to shows. They even drive out to San Antonio because a lot of the good shows that are like heavy don't really get out to Austin. So they'll make the trip down. They're real ones for sure. So I definitely think we play there sparingly in general, you know, unless we're asked for something like really cool. Like we don't go out of our way to like book there just because it's just, we're a heavy vibe, you know? So it's like, we're not palpable for everybody, you know, we're not for everybody, you know, and we're not trying to scare anybody.
What's the city to play? Is it Dallas or is it Houston?
Okay, I mean, that's not San Antonio, because I'm going to say San Antonio, but only because
I've always heard San Antonio is the heaviest one.
Yeah, so the way I would describe it, in my opinion, is that like San Antonio, like it's for like fight music, dude. Like they're ready to like brawl, you know what I mean? And it's different in every city you go. Like, some people just kind of like everyone crowd kills each other and they don't like, you know, keep score per se. But San Antonio is one of those spots that if you tag somebody, they're thinking about it and
Yeah.
they'll get you later. They'll get you later, if not immediately. But it's all moshing. It's not like just straight up like a fight. It's just like, yeah, they're keeping score. But Houston is like, it's like San Antonio and Dallas mixed together. Houston's got like crazy style. I mean, so like some of the monsters there, insane style, but they're also hitting the hell out of you. Like they're very hard monsters. A lot of good bands from Houston. And Dallas, I would say that like honestly, probably some of the monsters there got some of the most steez in like all of the state. Like just the style alone. Shout out fucking Robbie and Chance from fucking Gagging Order. They're fucking crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of style in Dallas, and I would say that's the difference between all three.
Isn't Fubu Shirt Guy from Dallas?
Yeah, that's Chance.
Okay.
From
Gagging Order?
Yeah.
I just
His
remember.
new band, Brain Injury Unit.
Brain Injury Unit.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It sounds like an autobiography.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely my autobiography. I have 2 skull fractures, so.
Oh, fuck, dude. From moshing?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't good taste, the person that did it to me. They picked me up and slammed me on the ground, but like kind of like unnecessarily. And it happened like 2 years ago. Yeah, it was crazy. My shoulder's still separated.
Dude, that is...
Yeah. It's crazy.
The worst
and
thing
I still mosh and shit. I don't even care.
The worst that's happened to me is like I've broken my hand on people like 3 times.
Word, yeah. That happens a lot. The hand injuries, the forearm injuries.
Last time it was like a forehead too. That shit did not feel good.
Yeah, that's just, dude. Like swinging on people like that, low-key hurts you more than it does. Like, I want to say that they heal kind of quickly. You get a little like hit to the dome. Like honestly, you just shake it off after a week or 2. But
yeah,
you fuck up your hand or your like forearm, and then you're stuck with that for a long time. It'll be clicking. My wrist just clicks all the time from all this crash out dumb shit I used to do.
I sound like a maraca walking around, dude.
Awesome. It's shattered bones
everywhere.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's really funny because the keeping score thing, I'm familiar with that. Because it would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you on the next one, kind of beat. But here it's not like that at all. Dude.
Yeah, what's it like?
There was no crowd killing when I first started going to shows here. None.
Damn.
And then
so you do that, it's definitely like people are like, what the fuck?
Well, I was doing it and people were mad. They were super angry.
Yeah. They know how to differentiate between like fighting and just like aimlessly going down the line and punching people. That's all you're doing,
So before the pandemic, there was like a ton of like big scary guys like in the early 2000s, 2010s. And like they're older, so they either aged out or they got canceled and don't live, or like they just kind of moved on. So those people, there's like a few from that guard that are still here. And they mosh pretty hard, but they're older, so it's like here and there. It's like for the
much
for the
more
ones.
anyway.
But like there's kids now that on TikTok and everything, they were watching all those FYA videos and shit from like 2021 and 22 and stuff. So they've started doing like the insane ninja moshing.
Yeah. Awesome. It's incredible.
Yeah. And they just think that crowd killing is moshing. They're not aware that like when you used to do that, it was because you were trying to start a fight.
Yeah. It's cool to... you know what's funny, man, is like the whole like San Antonio thing where it's like a blend of like fighting and like moshing and style and heaviness. It's like, I think it's something about like hardcore that's like, you kind of have to get your ass whooped a bit. And I think if you don't, then you really didn't earn your right to mosh. Like I think that if you like only go to like festivals and you do your little like style tricks or whatever, but you've never been beaten up by like a 35, 40-year-old man that has no business beating you up, like you haven't really earned that. It's like, I remember going to those shitty like, metalcore, deathcore shows, and there's dudes there that are in hardcore today that were probably also in hardcore back then, but I wasn't. And I remember just like being scared of those dudes because I was like, why do they always target me? Like, why do they always like try to whoop my ass or whatever? But like thinking back on it now, it's like I had no swag, I had no style. I was like, I looked probably like an idiot. Like, yeah, they were targeting you, dude, because you look stupid. Like they want to hit you. So it's just funny, like now, like after getting beaten up by those guys for like years or whatever, it's like, oh, I've earned the right to like do whatever, in the pit. And it's like because you've just been beaten up so many times. And also you just like know how to like maybe not get your ass beat.
Yeah. Cover your ass. Spatial awareness.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah. There was a venue here called Snake Hill. It's no longer around. That's where Fear of Loss started like playing our first shows. Like we started there and then we like started just throwing shows on our own. And so we would throw them there. And it's literally this tiny ass room, dude. Tiny ass room. It's scary as hell. And I just remember some shows, there was like only 10 people there. And so there'd be like a thin, like line of like people around the room, like one person deep. And there'd be like 2 or 3 guys that are just demons. And they would just pick you out one by one. And all you would do is just like go like that. And they're just whooping on you, dude. So it's like you go from that to, all these new kids come in and they didn't like experience that. It's like they're lucky, And I try not to, I don't like to bully no kids like that. But it's like when they do get like beat up a little bit, I'm like, hey, dude, it's kind of a part of the game, it just happens. And if you stick around, that means you're meant for it.
That's what I'm saying. Like because it doesn't happen as often as it used to, like at all. Like I go to shows all the time now and I'm like, man, some of this whack ass moshing, if this was happening when I was a kid, they would have got chased out basically or beaten up. I'm not for bullying, but
yeah.
I do like to see it when like the younger folks do catch one or catch a couple and they just like shake it off, laugh it off and keep doing their thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, they'll be around.
Yeah, so they'll be all right. Yeah. There's plenty of kids around here, man, that like you can tell they started off like real, I don't know how you say it, but real amateur shit. And then like now they're some of the best moshers around here. You know what I mean? Just because they've been put through the ringer. It's like it's cool to like see that. It's like, dude, I wish I learned that quickly. I was a dumbass. And like now, yeah. So these kids they're shaping up pretty good,
Yeah. But y'all lucky that we're nicer than the people.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all lucky because the old heads when I was younger were not nice. They were mean. They did not want to talk to you.
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe a little bit of that is lost, but I will not condone bullying. I promise. But I do believe in paying dues. I do believe in that.
For sure. Especially when it comes to like just going to shows in general. And like, I mean, I haven't been around forever. That's my thing is like, word. I mean, hey, but like, look, so like when it comes to like local stuff, like I haven't been like super, super into the local scene for like that long. I went to a lot of like I said, like shitty medical for the longest time. And it wasn't until like 2018 where I was actually going to like hardcore shows. And even then they were still kind of the bigger ones, like Incendiary would come through and I saw them and like Judiciary and Creeping Death, and which is crazy that like I saw them in like 2018 and like they still weren't like very big. Like Judiciary and Creeping Death, like the crowds weren't that big in Austin. And to think of that now is crazy because they're huge. Like these massive bands that are awesome. And it's just so funny, like even what doesn't really feel that long ago, like it was not as crazy as it is now or whatever. But I saw like a couple bands when I was younger locally, but they were like I said, they weren't like hardcore. So like it didn't really catch for me. But it wasn't until like after the pandemic that I started going to more local shows. Because I also just like dug into the local stuff. Like, okay, like what am I missing out on? Like, I know I am. Like, there's no way there's like a bunch of local bands from other cities that I know that I like, but I don't have any from like the city that I'm from. So like, I started like, like looking into like local bands and stuff. And I think 2022 was the first time I went to like a really like dope local hardcore gig. And I was like, okay, this is fucking cool. Like, all right, cool. And that's when I was like, people were all like, who is this guy? Because like, obviously I've moshed before. So they just haven't seen me before. So I was like, who is this guy coming in here and moshing? and we've never seen it. Like, where is this guy moshing at that we haven't seen him, you know? But it was like at those other shows and like bigger hardcore shows. So, I mean, like before the pandemic, last show I went to was Sanction and Vamakara and Typecast was there.
R.I.P.
Dude, scary ass band, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was scary. I was like, even I was like, okay, the pit was insane. And I was like, okay, maybe we just wait until Sanction or Vamakara.
Typecast with members of Koyo.
Yeah. Wherever that is.
I saw Typecast with Hell of Self and Vatican.
Vatican. That's an interesting one. I've seen Vatican like one time, I think.
They're from my hometown.
It's in Georgia?
In Savannah.
Yeah, it's Georgia. Okay. I'm trying to remember where I saw Vatican. I saw them like, I don't know what tour it was. They're probably with similar bands. I don't know if it was like Boundaries or something.
Probably. Or Vane.
Or like Orthodox, maybe.
They toured with Vane,
maybe Vane.
A couple of times.
Maybe Vane. I only saw Vane like once or twice. I saw them when they like did the like run with like Regulate and Living Weapon.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Living Weapon, man.
They came up here with Touche Amore.
Dude, fuck yeah.
And they came up here.
Touche is cool. I know it's not like classic hardcore for, you know, it's like, I don't even know what you call it, post-hardcore or whatever. That shit's awesome though.
I don't know. I think Jeremy, the vocalist, I think he's a real one.
He's so tapped in. It's insane how like tapped in that guy is.
He knows a lot of shit.
He knows, like, he probably has the most niche music knowledge of all time.
His record collection is insane.
Yes, I've seen that, and just like any band that he mentions, half the time I'm just like, no clue. I only knew Gouge Away, and he repped Gouge Away pretty hard. And the only reason I even know Gouge Away is because I saw them with Touche. I don't know if they played. I want to say that Ceremony was on one of those shows that came through.
Tracks.
It was like Ceremony, Touche, and like Gouge Away. That was the first time I ever saw Ceremony, and I remember being like, "Oh shit, okay, core as fuck."
I saw Ceremony like right as the pandemic, like right as shows started coming back, and it was with Akulu and Truth Cult.
Okay,
I
think I only saw not Truth Cult, but Akulu. I'm like familiar with.
Akulu's sick, and I wish that they would do more. But what's the other band that they're like in? Isn't one of the guys in Combust? I think one of the guys is in Combust.
Oh, maybe. Shit, if he's in Combust, yeah. I mean, they're busy as hell. Combust busy as hell. Yeah, that last record's crazy. I saw Combust, I want to say 2022 or 23, early 23, at like 1 a.m. in Austin. They played at like 1 a.m. at this place called Chess Club. And that shit was awesome. Ozone played. I'm trying to think of who else played. Slipping my mind. Cool show.
Tell me about Fear of Loss.
Fear of Loss. We started in 2023. And yeah, I don't even like, it was just me and my friend David, and I had showed him hardcore like back in like 2019, around that time, or 2018 or something. And he had always been like, he was like in band and like stuff like that. And he was always familiar with like a bass or whatever. And then he was just like kind of just talking about starting a band. And I've always wanted to be in a band, but like, I don't know, because I'm like, I knew I was like, I don't do instruments. Like, I'm not good at that shit. Did I write some riffs for Foal? Yeah, I have, but I'm not talented in any way. So like, I always knew Volks was going to be my thing. And I just didn't want to, I hate being that guy that's like, oh, let's start a band, but like, I'm the vocalist. You know what I mean? So like, I never bugged anybody with that shit. But he was like, oh, we should start a band. And I was like, all right, well, let's find a couple more dudes. And, you know, we met my drummer Tyson at a show, and we just kind of chopped it up with him because we had never seen him really before, but he was like around. And so we started chopping up with him, and then he was like, oh, I got an E-kit at my house. And I'm like, okay, that's a start, right? That's a start. And then, yeah. And then our original member, our first guitarist, he was like, oh, he was down. And then we were like, okay, we met him. And then, so we started jamming in like his garage. And then one of our current guitarists, Gio, he's always been David's friend. And he was just like trying to like tell him like, hey, like come jam with us or whatever. And then we all jammed together. And then, it just like picked up. We just started playing shows. And it's funny how you were saying earlier how like, you know, promoters don't really like book you that much or whatever, and they don't know who you are or whatever, and they need you to like prove stuff. And we were just like itching to play shows like bad. And so we just like found out how much it was to like throw a show. Like we just like bought a PA. I remember buying a PA and then like renting out Snake Hill and stuff. And he'd tell us how much it is. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And then we just started like throwing shows because like we just didn't want to wait around for like people to ask us to play shows. And so we would just like ask other bands that like we fucked with and like we're cool with and like friends with. And so we would all just like play shows together. And then, yeah, I mean, dude, we played like it felt like sometimes like 3 shows a week. It was just so much. And it was like for like a year. So we played like what felt like 100 shows in like these small ass venues, and people got tired of us like real quick, you know, because they're just like, dude, these guys are playing like every fucking week, you know, multiple times, you know. But we just noticed that like people would still come to the shows. Like sometimes like if we played 3 shows in a row, there'd be like 1 or 2 people that were at all 3. And it's like, okay, well, there's something going on, you know, like some people fuck with us in some capacity, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's just playing shows like that. And then, you know, we love moshing and shit, at least I do. Me and like 2 of our guys do. The 2 of our other guys, they kind of like hung it up a little bit because, you know, they got hurt, and they also play instruments. So they're not trying to like fuck up their hands. Obviously me, I'm the vocalist. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't even need my hands. I don't even need my legs. Just like on the ground. You just put the mic in front of me, I'll probably be all right. So yeah, I just love moshing and going to shows and doing all that shit. So yeah, and then next thing you know, things just kind of took off and put out a few tapes, and been having a good time, man. We just like have fun and we just like being at shows. So it's like kind of it's just been a fun like 2 years. Yeah, 2 years now, just playing shows and shit.
And y'all put out Waves of Pain earlier this year. Like
Yeah. It was that was a cool one to write, man. We had a lot of cool different like little influences on there. Because if you listen to like our first tape, it's like very like, you can just tell it's like so novice level, you know, just like, what are you doing? Like I cringe at it all the time.
I wasn't gonna say that.
Songs. People love those songs, man. And like, we like hate playing them. A lot of them we're just like, I don't want to play that anymore, man. Like, I don't want to, but people ask us all the time. So, you know, we do sometimes and sometimes not, but very novice, the first tape. Second tape, you could like feel like a little bit more of a jump. Cause that's when we got on, we had another guitarist hop on, and he kind of like put like a new like perspective on like kind of like the riffs we were writing and stuff like that. And yeah, so the second tape has its like own whole different vibe to it. Like it sounds nothing like the first one. And then yeah, this third one, I mean, this newest tape, I think it's like the coolest collection of songs we've made so far. And even though I do love some of the other songs on other tapes or whatever, but his newer stuff is definitely more modern, a lot more different modern influences.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been fun playing these songs. And we went to Cali early at the beginning of the year, and then we went to the Northeast literally this past summer. So that was the first time in the Northeast, and that's like, we went to Cali and a lot of people knew our stuff. So it felt kind of like, okay, this is cool. Like people actually fuck with us. Going up Northeast, man, shit.
It's not the style there.
Proving ground, bro. Proving ground.
The style there's weird. They like fuck heavy with metalcore and like that deathcore stuff. But like,
I say core too. Like they're big like core heads, like OG traditional hardcore, which is cool. I mean, I fuck with, you know, traditional stuff. I know we don't sound traditional, so that's why like
there's elements
maybe we don't hit.
There's elements of classic for sure, but it kind of sounds like if J-Way mixed a classic hardcore record.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel listening to it. It's just like a bunch of like heavy breakdowns and shit, and I'm like, oh yeah. But then there's some two-stepping, and there's some like funk beat. So
fuck yeah.
But the mix sounds like a J-Way mix a little bit to me. So it just kind of throws it that way.
Jersey, man. We played, that was probably the best show in the Northeast. Probably Jersey. We played the Meat Locker.
Well, Suburban's comes from New Jersey, so.
Hell yeah, dude. Got to see them a couple times recently, like the past year or so. It was awesome.
Were you at NSF?
Yeah. Both days. That shit was awesome. Yeah. But Northeast was cool. Definitely proving ground. Baltimore was sick too. They got a cool scene out there. We did that run with Ferment. So I don't know if you heard of Ferment. They're from New York. Noise, punk, hardcore. Like, they have a cool little like mix of vibe to them. They're sick as fuck.
That's cool.
They're the homies. So we did that run with them, and that's probably like the longest run we've done so far. It was like 7 shows or 8 shows. I don't know.
Was the California run that was with Sanity Slip?
No, the first one was with Sanity Slip, and that's when we did like a 4-day run, and it was like New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, and then El Paso. So it was like kind of like a chill thing. But that was our first run with Sanity Slip. Dom, one of our guitarists, is also in Sanity Slip.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, cool. So yeah.
That's
that was sick. Yeah,
I love Sanity Slip.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's just
fucking
cool.
That run with Reality Denied with them too. So it was all 3 of us. Yeah. They did like the full run, but we did like 2 of the days with them. So that like Reality Denied, Sanity Slip, Fear Lost block was like sick to play. Like, and just the mosh was awesome.
I like that's too much moshing. That's like a lot of moshing.
Dude, that's just sometimes I'm like, fuck. Like, I'd be worried sometimes when you're like playing with other bands that are like so heavy. Cause like we're heavy, but like we're not like a traditional, like, it's funny. People call us beatdown band all the time. And it's like, we're not really beatdown. You know what I mean? Like, dude. Yeah, we have heavy parts, but we're not like a beatdown band. Like, beatdown is like Bulldoze. It's like Denied, you know? It's like Unit 731.
Y'all sound like Bulldoze.
You think so? That's awesome, dude.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Hey, that's all you got to say to me, bro.
Listen.
That's all you got to say. I'm going to tell the boys you said that.
After this, go listen to my band and then think about people.
What's your band again?
Bruiserweight.
Okay.
People were calling us Beatdown. And go listen to it, because we're not. We're New York hardcore, like, is basically what it is. Or New England.
Okay.
But then you'll be like, okay, yeah, we're definitely Beatdown compared to this.
I think that like we have very heavy mosh riffs, but like I feel like generally our influence isn't like Beatdown.
What tuning are y'all in?
C.
Okay, I mean, that's not that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost Hatebreed tuning.
Yeah. I would say, yeah.
It's a step below Hatebreed. No, it's not. It's the same. It's D standard with the drop. So yeah, it's kind of almost.
Yeah. See,
dude, we're like almost the same tuning. We're in D standard.
Okay.
But we're switching to C standard.
As if I even fucking know shit about that stuff, man. I don't know. It's like I write riffs all the time, and I just like I'll like show Dom and show Gio like the riffs, and they're just like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, I was like, "Well, you see the vision, right?" And then they'll make it better. I'm like, "You got to see the vision, bro." Like, I'm like, "Imagine this and this," you know. So I always be trying to like mix like a lot of like inspirations together. Like I like to mix a lot of vibes together. But yeah, I mean, we're not like a classic beatdown band. So I just think that like sometimes when we are paired up with a band that's like slam or like beatdown straight up, it's like, dude, how are people gonna mosh to us when they have to mosh to the heaviest riffs imaginable and then like see us and they're like, bro, I got the energy for this.
Y'all definitely aren't like Sanity Slip. Sanity Slip is almost a slam band. And
no, they're definitely slam. Yeah.
Because I see that as like, that's like kind of a modern beatdown vibe. But Reality Denied, I think y'all fit definitely with Reality Denied.
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe. Dude, Reality Denied got some of the like most unique, not only riffs, but unique tempos, unique like
the drumming
cadences.
Matt's drumming is crazy.
Dude, that shit's awesome. I would literally, because I wasn't really like, I didn't listen to them before the run. And I was like, honestly, I don't even want to listen to them. Like, I want to just like experience it live for the first time. Because I like doing that a lot. Like, I'll hear like a band's coming to San Antonio. I'm like, you know what? Let me not check them out. Let me just like go in and just like mosh by vibe, which I do all the time. But yeah, Reality Denied, some of the craziest vibe live. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. His vocals are awesome. Like legitimately legendary sounding to me. I told him that. I was like, dude, your vocals are like awesome.
Yeah,
like,
they're sick.
Just the sound and cadence are just incredible.
It's just like they have like, it's a gold mine what they have. It's crazy.
Yeah, low key. Yeah.
Some of the new tracks
they come back.
Though. Yeah. Some of the new tracks live. I've only heard live. I haven't heard recorded, but they sound really, really, really good. More kind of Slipknot leaning.
Nice.
Like
Fuck
in
it.
terms of riff, because Matt doesn't play Slipknot drums, but yeah,
Fuck it.
it's very cool.
That is very cool.
Well, tell me, what do you guys have coming up? What are some things we got to look forward to?
Definitely the Texas Bulldoze run. We booked that. So we throw shows here.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do it under fear of loss because we had nothing else, and that was our only sense of pull. Was like, okay, well, we can bring our fans to the show because they'll see us, and then they'll get to see the rest of the bands or whatever. But then it got to a point where like, all right, we need to separate them. So like we separated it into like another account that's like it was like full promotions at first, just because like that way we still have the name, so it's like you know who's associated with it. But now it's under Last Laugh Productions. We throw shows all the time in San Antonio, especially like a lot of the smaller ones that maybe the bigger promoters aren't going to pick up. We try to like, pick up the smaller stuff and put, some of the new up and coming bands on there so that, they get some reps in, and put them in front of people, and shit like that. So, we were lucky enough to get Bulldoze to come down here and we're like, oh fuck. And it's like definitely like one of our biggest things. We just had Denied down here, which was incredible. I mean, oh my God, life-changing bucket list type shit. I'll talk about Beatdown. That's Beatdown. That shit was awesome. But we just pulled that off and it was a success. It went really well. And so we're really looking forward to the Bulldoze one. This is our first time throwing a show in Dallas. We've never gone out of the city to throw a show on our own. But we're going to throw that one this time just because things just didn't work out with the people around there. And we're like, we're not letting Bulldoze fall through. Like it's happening. You know what I mean? So that's what we have coming up is like, we have a 3-day run with Bulldoze. Every date is sick. They all have just ass beaters and different different genres.
The Ballista's playing the Dallas show, right?
The Dallas show is awesome because it's like such a mixed vibe of a show. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't know if you heard that band, but they're sick. Flu, and they're like punk, but they got some mosh riffs. I think of who else. I don't know. And then the Move is on there because I think Move was gonna do a. What's up?
I love Move.
Yeah. They were gonna do a show on the same day before Flyover, and they were just like, "Hey, can you pick?" One of the guys out there was like, "Hey, can you pick this up and just put them on the Bulldoze show or whatever?" I'm like, yeah, we got it. So we threw them on that. So that show is like a very well-rounded show. I love that lineup.
Move had us come out and play Boston in July. They did a benefit show for a Palestine benefit.
Oh yeah.
And so they invited us to come and play Middle East upstairs, which was legendary venue. It's so crazy.
Never been there. I've heard nothing but cool stuff.
So it was very, very cool. And it was a really good time. We love fucking Boston.
Yeah, we wanted to play there. We tried to find a show last minute there because something fell through and we could not get something, but we would love to play Boston. That'd be so sick.
We play New England a lot and we love it. We're going back, Connecticut is the most New England we're playing in October, but we're doing Philly for the first time. And
we didn't get to do that either.
Right outside of New York City in Nyack. I don't know where that is.
Okay.
I don't care.
Fuck it.
It's I think Hudson Valley.
Okay, yeah, fuck yeah.
No, fuck it. And Connecticut. Love Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
So
we played one show there. We played it in, what is it called? Killingly? They have a VFW there.
Oh, I think we might be playing there.
Fuck yeah.
It's kind of close to Massachusetts.
Maybe.
Everything is close to
Everything's close up there. It's not like Texas where you're like, yeah. It's like everything Georgia, is just bunched up. Yeah.
Everybody's like, you're from Savannah. Yeah. Isn't that close to Atlanta? No, sir, it is not. It is a 4-hour drive from Atlanta. It's Atlanta's way up here and I'm way down here.
Yeah.
But then Texas is worse.
Yeah.
No.
But the show we did in Connecticut, I think it's a pretty popular VFW. A lot of bands play there, gays bands.
You know who booked it? Was it Dean?
I have no idea. I was not a part of that process. I have no idea what his name was or who it was. But I've seen it in a lot of videos. It's a pretty popular spot. It's a cool little space too. It's gives you low key barncore vibes, but half the size.
Sick.
I would love to play that barncore venue. It looks insane. The mosh is crazy. I love it because we're that type of band that we want to see that. So it's show me.
all like the little small venues here are closing, or like not all ages. And at like not all ages show, like people don't mosh as hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all the venues are too big. So like you got the crowd all pushed back, and then you've got like 6 people fucking karate chopping each other in the front. And it's like it's like it's cool, but it's not as cool as it would be if it was like a 100 cap room. Like No Class. I want to play No Class really bad in Cleveland. Because that room looks scary.
Oh, I think we tried to. I think we tried to get a show there one time, and it fell through. But
yeah, it's hard.
I've heard,
like Cleveland's a hard place to book. Apparently.
Okay. We have a guy, but I think it was just so last minute, and he was just like he could not get the venue.
Gideon, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for bearing with the technical difficulties.
Yeah, I know. It's all good, man. Hell yeah.
I just have one last question for you before we go.
All right.
Favorite city for beans and breakdowns?
Kidding me, bro? San Antonio. What are you talking about? And I'm not even capping. Like, dude, coffee. Okay, let me just drop some coffee. Obviously, Bright. I already said that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place called San Antonio Gold. Probably best cortado in the city. Shout out them. They're super into hardcore and shit like that. They're awesome. Shout out State Coffee. I already said that. Shout out 8 Ball Coffee. They're into hardcore. They're very tapped in.
That sounds scary.
Coffee. Nah, it's not even scary. It's sick though. It's a great spot. Shout out Folklotus. It's spelled like folklores, but they're super into like hardcore and punk and stuff like that. So I'll just list those. I think at 5. And then, dude, the breakdowns. We're talking about breakdowns? San Antonio, dude. If I had to list anywhere else, I'm gonna say like the Bay.
Yeah.
Breakdowns. Or obviously New York. Brooklyn or something like that.
New York.
Fuck yeah.
San Antonio, goated. Texas, goated.
Goated.
Go to state. Go to country.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, Gideon, again, thank you so much for hanging out. Hope that the Bulldoze run goes well. And hopefully we meet sooner than later.
Fuck yeah, man. Maybe we'll see you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Beans and Breakdowns. I want to say a huge thanks to Gideon for hanging out on this episode. Be sure to take a listen to Waves of Pain, the newest release from Fear of Loss, and keep an eye out for any upcoming dates they have around you. If you've enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. You can find out more information about the podcast by following us on Instagram at Beans and Breakdowns or on the web at beansandbreakdowns.com. Until next week, be sure to stay caffeinated and wake the fuck up.